Hello my friends, I can't believe I'm doing this bag unboxing today because it wasn't planned and I genuinely never thought that I would ever add this bag to my collection, but I guess here we go. So if you'd like to join me in unboxing this, and I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say this, Hermes masterpiece, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. So I should probably tell you how and why I ended up with this bag, because if I just go into unboxing it, you'll probably think that it's kind of out of character for me to get this bag, which it is. But long story short, I went to Hermes, I think it was last week that I did, to look at a bag that had come in that they thought I might be interested in, which turns out was the HAC backpack or HAC Atto, depending on what you want to call it, which I had done a review on before, and seeing it in person just sort of had me reassured that it wasn't a bag for me. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, but it was just a little bit too casual for me. And I also didn't love the idea of a backpack that only comes with one single strap. You know how most backpacks will have two handles or two straps that allow you to put it on as a backpack. With this bag, you only got one strap, which was kind of strange for me. It almost reminded me of those baby slings or baby wraps that some people carry their babies in, and it just wasn't quite the look that I was going for. So I was really grateful to be offered that bag and to have a chance to see it, but it was just an easy no for me. But while I was there, I came across this bag on display, which I'll make sure to put in a picture of, which is the Kelly Padded in size 25, which is one of the exceptional pieces by Hermes that launched, I want to say it launched for 2021, and that was the first time of me seeing this bag, but I have to say I loved it. But it was in the color a taupe. I think this particular bag comes in 3 different colors. It comes in a taupe, it comes in a shade of blue, which I want to say is blue sapphire, and then it also comes in black. All the different colors are in Swift, and naturally I would have been interested in black, so I asked if that was a bag that they are expecting on getting in, and my advisor said that with these sort of exceptional pieces they never know when and more likely if they'll get them in. And even the bag that was on display in a tube was not going to stay in the boutique. It's not something that will likely be offered up to one of their clients, but most likely it will be wrapped up in a couple of weeks and it will be shipped off to another store to then again go on display. So long story short, it wasn't something that was worth putting in a wish for. But at the end of our conversation, my advisor was quite surprised that I was even inquiring about a bag in size 25, because I've said this before, but I'm not usually a 25 kind of guy. I don't know why, but I don't find that any bags in 25 centimeters usually work with my proportions. When it comes to mini bags, I find that I can make them work, and the same goes for larger bags. But bags in size 25, I just don't feel like really suit me. But I said that if something really special ever comes in size 25, I would love to be considered for it, or I would love to at least see it. So I didn't think much about it. I went on my way, and within a few hours I got a call from my advisor saying that they had found something that they thought I might be interested in, which is the bag in here. And I feel like I kind of spoiled it. Now you know that it's a bag in size 25, but can you guess what bag is in here? Can you guess if it's a Birkin, if it's a Kelly, what leather, what color do you think it is? I mean, the color I don't think is going to be a surprise. But without further ado, now that we are all caught up and you know why I got this bag, I think it's time for us to get into unboxing it. Of course, you're not going to be surprised to see that it came with the Hermes ribbon in the iconic orange box, which I feel like it's been quite a while that I bought such a large bag, even though it is a bag in size 25. I think most of the bags that I purchased in the last year were smaller than this, just thinking of the Mini Kelly, the Kelly Pochette, even my Constance 18. And then one more thing that I have to tell you, which you'll see here, but let me start unwrapping it. One thing that I almost forgot about is how many accessories certain Hermes bags come with. Most of the bags that I purchased recently didn't really come with anything. I mean, the mini Kellys do come with a shoulder strap, but that's really where it stops. They don't come with a clochette. They don't come with a raincoat, which I don't understand why. I can kind of understand the clochette because smaller bags might look overwhelming with an additional clochette, but I don't get why they wouldn't give you a raincoat. Well, since this bag is in size 25, we did get quite a few accessories, which again is just another little detail that will help you figure out what's in here. So we got some accessories, but without further ado, I would like for you to meet my newest Kelly 25, my newest and first, I should say, Kelly 25 in black box leather with palladium hardware, which this bag is special for a few reasons. Number one, it's in box leather, which is one of the iconic heritage skins of Hermes. It's something that has been around since the 20s, and it's not something that I was ever really interested in until I was offered my Constance in box, I think late last year. I have done several videos on my Constance, so if you want to know how I've been getting on with the Constance and box leather and how box leather has worn, I'll make sure to link that video of mine up here. But surprisingly, I've been loving my bag in box leather, so that definitely made me open to the idea of getting another bag in box. So it is one of the heritage leathers by Hermes, which Kellys have always come in box leather since the inception of the bag, but very rarely you'll see bags in box leather in smaller sizes. Kellys you'll more often than not see in box in size 28, 32, and rarely in larger sizes, but even more rare is to see them in a small size. So in a mini Kelly, yes, they do exist, but you won't see them often, and they are just as rare when it comes to a Kelly 25. And I'm usually not a palladium kind of guy either. You guys know that I prefer gold and permabrass or rose gold hardware, but I felt that box leather and getting a Kelly bag in cellular structure is so sort of petite and cute. I felt that palladium helped to break it up and make it look and feel just a little bit more contemporary and almost modern. So usually I wouldn't go for a palladium bag, but with this particular piece, I think it went incredibly well. So this is the bag, which I have to say that opening and closing a box bag is not easy, but especially when it comes to a box bag in cellular structure. This, I'm going to get the felt off so you can see this bag in all of its glory, but it's going to be a tough fight, and then we'll also remove the protective stickers as well. But I want to show you the accessories that this bag came with. So of course we got a raincoat, as I mentioned, which most leather Hermes bags you'll get with a raincoat unless they are mini bags. And these I think you should always keep in your bag. Just put them in the back pocket because your Kelly bags will come, the ones that come with a raincoat, they come with a back pocket with a zipper, and then they also come with 2 front pockets. We'll check if this particular bag comes with 1 or 2 front pockets. The mini Kelly comes with 1 front pocket, but larger Kelly bags come with a front pocket. This is actually split into 2. So I would say that if you get a raincoat with your bag, always have it on hand, because I can guarantee that the one time you don't have it is the time you'll get stuck in a rainstorm. I'm talking from experience, so just make sure that you always have at least 1 in your bag. You get 2 of them in here, but just put 1 of them in the back pocket if you have an insert in your bag, which if you know me, you know I think you should. Just have 1 of them in there at all times to make sure that you can keep your bag safe, not only from rain, but also if you sit at a restaurant and you don't have too much room for your bag. Sometimes I like to put my raincoat over it just to protect it from, you know, any potential accidents. So we got the raincoat. We also got a little care card which just talks about the Hermes leather, how to care for it. Hermes bags will never come with a card of authenticity. You'll never get anything like that, but you should get a care card. And then if you're buying a piece that has either a solid precious metal plate or any sort of diamond set on your bag, you will get a certificate for that, but you won't get You know, the kind of cards that I don't think you get them with Chanel anymore, but the cards that you used to get with Chanel, but you should get a care card. And then the two accessories that kind of surprised me that I almost forgot about. One of them was the clochette, which I know for sure that I won't be using on this bag because box is so glossy and it has such a smooth high shine finish that you can pretty much run your finger across it and that will leave a mark. So you definitely don't want to use your clochette on your bag long term, because if you have your clochette on your bag for a long time, it can develop something called a smile mark, which might sound cute, but when you find out what's happened to your bag, trust me, you won't be smiling. But what can happen is that if you have this on the handle of your bag for too long, as it goes back and forth, really gently, slowly but surely, it can leave a smiley face mark on the front or on the back of your bag, depending on where you have this. And especially when it comes to box that is so prone to scratches and marks, that's the last thing you need. So I might put the little lock on the top of the bag where the hook is for the shoulder strap. I will not be using it on this particular bag, but you know, it's always good to have that. And this, by the way, you can also have monogrammed with your initials if you wanted to. And then last but not least, we of course got a shoulder strap, which for me is essential for a Kelly bag, although I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to be wearing this bag crossbody. As you can probably tell, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to style this bag, just because I'm not usually a 25 kind of guy, and I think it's going to be a challenge to see how I'm going to wear it. Of course, I'll keep you updated, but I just simply couldn't leave this bag there. It's such an incredibly special and unique piece that I could just sit here and stare at it for hours, which I'm not saying I'm not going to do that, but this to me is just one of those iconic pieces to the house that I'm so grateful to have. And I would say that it might become a display piece in my home at one point, but I'm just not an Hermes collector. I don't buy these things to just own them. Owning things and having them doesn't really bring me joy. When I buy something, I want to be able to use it and enjoy it. So I'm definitely not an Hermes collector, but if there is a collector's piece, this is definitely one of them. I mean, just look how incredibly gorgeous it is. The shine of the box leather is, I mean, just breathtaking. Yes, I do have a Kelly wallet and a Constance 18 in box, but I feel like the sheen on those was never this obvious, just because the piece of leather that you get is not quite this big and it's not uninterrupted as it is here, because with the Constance you have the large H closure in the middle. With the Kelly wallet it is a more elongated piece, whereas on this bag you get so much of this box that the sheen is really quite overwhelming, but it's overwhelming in the best way. You get this beautiful glossy finish, which will definitely mattify over time depending on how you use it and how often you use it too, because the places that you touch most often will start losing their sheen first, and then the entire bag will slowly but surely go a little bit more matte. But one thing that you never have to worry about changing when it comes to box, while you have to be prepared that your bag will get scratched and marked, that's just the name of the game when it comes to box, which thankfully can be manipulated and buffed out quite nicely by an Hermes craftsman. But one thing that is never going to be questioned is the integrity of the bag. If you buy a bag, especially a Kelly Cellier in box, you never have to worry about the bag losing its structure. It's going to stay just as firm and as beautifully crafted as it is now, because this leather and this particular technique of stitching really go beautifully together, which is exactly why this was one of the Hermes heritage skins. And let's quickly talk about pricing, because I know that I'll get a ton of questions about the price of this bag, which when it comes to prices, they make me feel a little bit icky talking about that. So let me just say this, and this applies to everything that you're going to buy from Hermes, accessories, bag, whatever it may be. There are kind of three different tiers of prices when it comes to Hermes. There are going to be your regular leathers, which are going to be everything from Epsom through Swift all the way to Togo. Those are going to be in one tier of prices. Now, all of these leathers are not the same price either. There's going to be quite a bit of a difference between each one, but that is one thing that I would consider one tier of pricing. Then your next tier up is going to be heritage leathers. Things like Box and Berinia for Borg. That is going to be your next tier of prices. Again, that doesn't mean that every leather that belongs into this tier will be the same price, but you can expect to pay a little bit more for these leathers. And I am by no means saying that one is better than the other or one tier is more precious than the other. I'm just purely talking about pricing. So heritage skins are going to be a little bit more expensive, and then your third tier, the most expensive bags, are going to be made of exotic skins, which in this group you have lizard, ostrich, croc, different types of croc, and also alligator. So just know that if you're going to request a Kelly, a Constance, any bag in box, it is going to be quite a bit more expensive than it would have been in the same size but in a regular leather. So if the same bag was in Togo or Epsom, it would have probably been a few $1,000s less expensive. So just keep that in mind, that when it comes to heritage skins, those are going to be slightly more expensive, but they're expensive for a reason. These are truly pieces that if you take decent care of, but even if you don't, I think these would last a really long time. And I'm just so grateful to have such an iconic bag in my collection, because yes, a Box Kelly 25 might not be the most iconic Box Kelly. If I wanted to buy a true heritage piece, I should have gone for 28 or 32, but I really didn't feel like that those bags were for me. I felt that they were just a little bit too traditional, whereas I feel like because this bag is first of all in a smaller size and it comes with palladium hardware, all of these things just make this particular bag look and feel a little bit more modern and sleek, and I cannot wait to play around with it. I'm not exactly sure when and if I'll start wearing this, or if this is going to be one of those pieces that will truly just remain in my collection as a collector's piece, but I'll be sure to keep you posted. And please let me know in the comment section what bag is currently on your wish list and what are you hunting for. I cannot wait to read your comments, and just thank you so much for watching. I hope this video wasn't too all over the place. It wasn't planned. I just wanted to sit down and do this video really quickly for you. But if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, especially because the next video you will see from me is going to be a huge haul video sharing some pieces that I've been picking up from Dior and Hermes, which is the video that I was supposed to film for you today. But since I already had this, I thought we might as well start with a bang. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. But for now, bye.